Friday, October 2nd, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Yes, it's Friday, not Monday. I made a mistake yesterday. I said it was Monday yesterday. I shouldn't really get today's day wrong because tomorrow is Saturday and it is my birthday, October 3rd. I'm going to be 56 and it feels like a long-term bond. The long-term bond price accelerates the longer the bond maturity is. The lower the yield goes, it goes really quickly. That's how it feels when you get older. The time goes by really quickly. It's called convexity. It works in nature, right? I think, and that's why we feel that things go by a lot quicker. But anyway, the big news overnight, of course, is that President Trump and his wife, Melania Trump, have tested for COVID-19, have tested positive, and there's a lot of speculation out there. I've listened to a few videos, like JSnip4. He thinks they're ready to arrest everyone and that the president is going to hunker down at Camp David while they arrest the deep state. But if you look at the story here, the Wall Street Journal, President Trump and First Lady Melania test positive for COVID-19. This is what it says here. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for COVID-19. The president tweeted hours after confirming that Hope Hicks, a top advisor who traveled with him earlier this week, had tested positive for the virus. And this is what President Trump said: "We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together." It continues, it says, White House physician Sean Conley said in a memo released by the White House early Friday that the president and first lady were both well at this time and plan to remain at the White House while they recovered, not at Camp David. So there you go, JSnip4. I like your videos mostly, and I have been in contact with you over the years. You helped me when I started out. But yeah, wake up. I don't think there's any special plan here. I don't know what the impact of this is going to be. Right off the bat, of course, the stock markets have dropped overnight. We saw the Dow down as much as 500 points. Right now, we're down about 280, which isn't really that big. It's 1%. S&P, the same kind of scenario. We were down about 65, and now we're down about 36. So what do I think about all this? Well, it creates even more uncertainty about everything, right? It creates even more questions, I think. But one interesting thing that the Wall Street Journal says about this health crisis is this: the president's infection with a virus that has infected more than 7.3 million people in the US. So I decided to look on Google and I found CDC information. 2019-2020 US flu season preliminary burden estimates. So how many cases of the flu did they have in the US in the 2019-2020 season? Well, according to the CDC, 39 million to 56 million. So here we have a flu, the COVID-19 flu, that's infected 7 million, which is a fraction really of what the flu usually does in terms of infection. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Other videos I watched, one guy said this is going to create even more division. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. Yeah, I guess the next debate will probably be canceled because I think it's on the 15th of October. So it's all up in the air. I'm sure President Trump will recover from this. I don't think it's that serious anyway. There's a 99.5 or 99.6 survival rate. and I think he's a pretty healthy guy, and so is his wife. But apart from that, I think it's quite significant that it's going to push people more and more into the agenda, I think, the globalist agenda. Some people think President Trump is fighting the globalists. I'm not too sure. I've noticed that he's been to the World Economic Forum in Davos twice during his presidency. I don't think many presidents have gone there, and that's a hotbed for globalists. I remember very well as well when Cohn, I forgot his first name, is it Robert Cohn? He was an economic advisor to the White House, ex-Goldman Sachs. I remember watching the clip when President Trump was in the cabinet room announcing to everyone that Mr. Cohn was going to leave the White House. He had resigned, and he was sitting against the wall. He was not at the table, of course, because he's not like in the cabinet. And President Trump joked he's going back to work with his globalist friends. And I thought that was quite significant. If President Trump was really fighting the globalists, he would not make a joke like that. Those are the little things that I watch for. Those are the little things that sometimes make you think, right? I remember well back in 1998 when there was the Asian currency crisis. The Asian currencies collapsed. The stock markets went down sharply, and S&P, Dow. And I remember President Clinton, he was at a press conference or something, talking about something. And then all of a sudden, one of his aides came on the stage, and I could see them talking. You could read his lips, and he said stock market or something. And then the aide replied, and then he went like this, right? So like they were intervening right in the stock market. So you see little things like that, and I notice these things, and I don't forget them. So I don't know what's going to happen. One thing I could say though, if there is trouble in the markets, in the financial markets, if this leads to further and bigger drops in the stock market in the coming days, it could be a great excuse for the Federal Reserve, right, to come in and intervene. How could they intervene? Well, they could announce even a bigger QEs. They could start new programs, right? So that's the only thing I can think of right now, even though some people think if President Trump doesn't win, the stock market could collapse with a Biden victory. But let's not forget, who would run for president if President Trump isn't well, right, with this COVID-19? Well, I guess it's Mike Pence. So we need to start thinking about these things. It's very uncertain. Maybe you know more than I do. Maybe you have better ideas of what's going on. Comment below in the comment section. Let's go through the markets, see what they're doing this morning. Gold and silver have done quite well overnight. Not really particularly well, not mega well, as you would say. But yesterday, of course, we broke back above 1900. And it seemed like there was quite a bit of resistance in the last few days at that level, but it finally broke through there. Right now, it's 8:30 a.m. London, and we're trading at 1910. The high has been 1917.50. So it looks like the precious metals are doing their part here in terms of uncertainty. They are going up on the back of this headline about President Trump. Silver has traded up above 24 overnight. It has been to 24.16. Right now, it's just below 24 at 23.95, up 16 cents or 0.7%. So the Dow futures, as I said, dropped as far down as 27,250, which was over 500 lower. Right now, we're at 27,560, down to 62. So 1%. S&P as well is down 1% right now. S&P futures, NASDAQ 100 future is down just over 1% at 11,450. It has been down as much as 250. So what about the currencies? Well, we're seeing sterling up a little bit, up 0.25%, 129.23. The euro is down 0.16%, 117.28. The dollar's down a third versus the yen, a third of a percent, 105.19. And the dollar's a little higher against the yuan at 675.50. WTI crude is down over 2%, so at 37.90. There you go. Crude not doing very well. Bond market, let's have a look at the 10-year yield. It's down slightly, not even 1 basis point. It's at 0.67. So we're still stuck in that range, 0.65 to 0.75, not even 0.75, more like 0.7. So very narrow range for the bond market. So as I finish here, I've had some more thoughts, of course, on what's happening and the news about President Trump. I think if anything, it's going to be psychological for everyone, for investors. It's going to be very interesting. It's definitely big news. And people might say, yes, this is all engineered. This is all for show. And I kind of agree with that. But still, many people don't see it like that. And I know that President Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, once said that nothing in politics happens by accident. So that's another thing as well. So the world's getting crazier and crazier, but we need to stay in the real world, in our real lives, try to do the best we can right now and hold on to our precious metals. Billy is definitely holding on to his silver. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. Make sure you also hit the little notification bell below so you can be notified of all my new videos. I make a video every day, right? And you can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and all these other platforms below here. I wish you all a great day. Take care. Bye.